Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. So this video is made for subject Shas 4502 Engineering Management, and we are from group 9. We would like to present a project case study which is measuring output, not hours work. Before I start, I would like to introduce my team member first. Me myself is Muhammad Aiman Shakir bin ZAMZURI Anas, and this is Maulidatul Huda binti Jasri, ni ZAFIFAH binti MUSTAFFA, ATHIRAH binti SAZALI, and NURUL AFIQAH binti MOHAMED JAILANI. And all of us from School of Electrical Engineering, University Technology, Malaysia. Let me start with the introduction first. So basically, we have picked a company that can be a reference for us to do a project case study that related to our topic, which is measuring output, not hours work. The company that we chose to be reference for our case study is Bay System Maritime, and this company is measuring in defense shipbuilding marine engineering industry and was founded on 1st July 2008. The headquarters of the company is located at Glasgow, Scotland, United Kingdom, and this company have approximately 7,000 employees. Next, I will present the paragraph 1 about the case application on how affordability challenge create new smart working system for this company. As an overview, paragraph 1 will tell about the previous mode of work for Bay Company, factor that change the working environment, and essential of output, then hours work. The first sentence in paragraph 1 is, according to Chris Westcott, Head of Employee Relation, Bay System is a world-renowned business and this company has hardly changed its working arrangement at its Glasgow site on the River Clyde. The interpretation of first sentence in paragraph 1 are world-renowned business, Bay System naval ships, hardly changed working arrangement, Glasgow site, River Clyde, and Head of Employee Relation. World-renowned business can be interpreted as a business that already known and admired throughout the world. Bay System naval ship encompasses ship design, build and combat system capability for the surface fleet. Hardly changed is to modify a statement when you want to emphasize that it is only small amount of detail which make it change, and also to emphasize that it is very difficult for you to change it. Working arrangement is the approved work pattern in which normal hours are worked. Glasgow site is a city at west central Scotland and Glasgow is Scotland's largest city. River Clyde is a 9th longest river in the United Kingdom and it was important to the British Empire because of its role in shipbuilding and trade. Head of Employee Relation will oversee the policies, procedures while developing and improving programs related to employee morale and satisfaction. The second sentence in paragraph 1, employees are expected to work fixed hours and paid overtime for extra hours work. The interpretation for the second sentence are employees expected work fixed hours, paid overtime, and extra hours work. Employees means someone who is compensated to work for someone else for a company. Expected is to believe that something will most likely appear or occur. Work fixed hours is a weekly schedule that consists of the same amount of hours and days work. Once the number of hours and days has been agreed upon both employee and employee, fixed hour work schedule tend to stay stable. Paid overtime means money that an employee receives because of the work done in addition to their regular working hours. And extra hours work means work done by a full-time employee outside of or in addition to their regular working hours. The third sentence for the paragraph 1 is, when faced with real affordability challenge, Bay System did something fundamentally different that tapped into knowledge, expertise, and discretionary effort of the workforce. The interpretation for this third sentence are, real affordability challenge, fundamentally different, tap into knowledge, expertise, discretionary effort, and workforce. Real affordability challenge is issues or problems on consumers' financial capacity to fund new and outstanding debts now and into the future. Fundamentally is expressing an opinion or making a significant or broad comment about something. Tap into is be able to use something in a way that produces positive outcomes. Knowledge is comprehension of a subject gained by experience or study, whether known, by one person or by group of people. Expertise is excellent knowledge in a specific topic. Discretionary effort is an amount of effort that an employee is capable of putting up that is greater than the basic minimum that is expected of them. Workforce is a person who are either looking for work or currently employed in a specific area of the industry or company.
Sentence 4 in this paragraph is 4.5 years on from what realization, and after hours of hard work from HR team, the entire professional and executive staff, and almost half the employees in the manufacturing division moved to smart working. While the interpretations in this sentence are realization, hard work, HR team, professional and executive staff, manufacturing division, move, and smart working. For realizations, it means become fully aware of something. Hard working, a great effort or endurance to achieve something. HR team is a group who is responsible for managing the employee life cycle and administering employee benefits. Professional and executive staff is employee who works in a field of specialty that require advanced education or training. Means all director on the board of director, the president or the equivalent position regardless of job title. Manufacturing division is the operating division of the borrowers engaged in the design, manufacturing, service, and sale of equipment. Move, go to specific direction or manner, change position. And lastly, smart working is a new model of work that uses the new technology to improve both performance and satisfaction obtained from the job. Sentence 5 in this paragraph is, in a sense, what matters was output, not attendance, with the staff being empowered and trusted to determine their own working schedule and time off if their work is completed for the week. While the interpretations is method, output, attendance, empowered and trust, working schedule, and time off. For method, it means be important or significant. Output, the result or amount of something produced by person, machine, or industry. Attendance, the number of people present at a particular place or event. Empowered and trust, give someone the authority or power to do something and be reliable or truthful. Working schedule, the days per week or the hours per day that an employee should be at their job. Time off, time for rest or recreation away from one's usual work or studies.
For the paragraph 2, it will discuss about the concept of the project and the willingness of the workers to comply with the project. Paragraph 2, first sentence, the case study is employees, irrespective of their status, could work flexible, deciding when they start and finish work. Interpretation is irrespective, status, work flexible, deciding, start, finish, and work. Work is irrespective, meaning is working without consideration for other peoples or conditions. And status, which is someone who is accorded a high level of respect and importance. Third is work flexible, which is flexible working is a term that is frequently used to describe any work arrangement other than the standard 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Fourth, deciding, to choose something after carefully considering various options, then start, to start something happening or to cause something to start happening. finish, to complete something, or to arrive at the end of the task. And lastly, work is meaning to attain a goal. One must participate in physical or mental action. For the second sentence, for the paragraph 2, the case study is the concept seems tough to get to grip with initially, but it really boiled down to trust. The interpretation is tough, grips, boil down, and trust. First is tough, which is something durable enough to survive harsh conditions. Second, grip, to resist or firmly grips the door handle, as well as to maintain a strong interest in a story that engrosses the reader. Third, boil down is to reduce or simplify something to its most fundamental, essential, or basic aspect. Then lastly, trust, a strong belief in someone or something's dependability, veracity, and ability. The third sentence for the paragraph 2 for the case study is for BAE system. This marks the advent of schedule based on working. The interpretation is mark advent schedule based working. First word is mark, which is having notes or information written on it. Second, advance, the season of prayer or fasting begins 4 Sundays before Christmas and is celebrated by some Christians. And lastly, schedule based on working. A job demand a variety of flexible schedule options as well as variable timetable that can change dependent on their work. Fourth sentence in the paragraph 2, the case study is a sizable percentage of productions employees in Glasgow could take time off if they complete their weekly target. Interpretation is sizable percentage production employees Glasgow time off complete and weekly target. Meaning of sizable percentage is a huge thing or a person is larger than ordinary or average in size. Second, production employees is fabrication, assembly or associated task, material handling, warehouse or shipping, maintenance and repair, cleaning and guard service. Next, Glasgow is a large city in central Scotland. Next, time off is time that away from one typical work or study, there should be time for rest or amusement. Next, the complete. The complete is to finish something or to arrive at the end of a task. And lastly, weekly target, which is the goals that divided into a weekly basis to be achieved by the sales team. For the sentence number 5, in the paragraph 2, the case study is, in essence, Friday is free time if all the work for the week is completed by Thursday. The interpretation is free time, work, and completed. The meaning of free time is time when you don't have to work or study or when you can do whatever you want. Next, the meaning of work is to attain a goal. One must participate in physical or mental actions. And lastly, the meaning of completed is completing a task or having all of necessary components. For the sentence number 6 in paragraph 2, the case study is Westcott, however, emphasized that targets and quality standards must be achieved. The interpretations is emphasize, targets, quality standards, and achieve. The meaning of emphasize is to imply that something is very essential or true, to draw attention to something. Next, the target is something at which a weapon or other objects is aimed. Next, the quality standards is document that provides standards, specifications, rules, and characteristics that can be applied consistently to ensure that materials, product, process, and service are appropriate for their intended use. Lastly, achieve, to succeed in completing something or achieving a goal, especially after a significant amount of effort. The last one in paragraph 2, the case study is but workers were willing to put in all their effort to get it as they valued the new arrangement and the challenge. The interpretation is willing, effort, value, new arrangement, and challenge. The willing meaning is ready to undertake something or not averse to doing anything. Next, the effort is to achieve something. You will need to engage in some sort of physical or mental actions. Then, the value, to assess the worth or value of something or someone. New arrangement, is the product agreement with suitable replacement counterparties are entered into. And lastly, the challenge is something that requires a lot of mental or physical effort to complete correctly and hence put a person's ability to test.
Hello, my name is ATHIRAH BINTI SAZALI. I will present a case study for paragraph 3 on case application 2. It tells about the biggest challenge of the whole project and how BAE systems ensure SPW will be successful. The first sentence in paragraph 3 is, the biggest challenge of the whole project was convincing the workforce and the influential trade unions. The interpretation for the first sentence in paragraph 3 are, the whole project, convincing workforce and influential trade unions. Whole project means a planned piece of work that has a specific purpose, such as to find information or to make something new, and that usually requires a lot of time. Also, it means a task or problem in school that requires careful work over a long period of time. Convincing means satisfying or assuring by argument or proof. If you describe someone or something as convincing, you mean that they make you believe that a particular thing is true. Workforce means the total number of workers in a specific undertaking a holiday for the company's workforce. Also, it means the total number of persons employed or employable, a sharp increase in the nation's workforce. Influential trade unions means an organized combination among workmen for the purpose of maintaining their rights and interests with respect to which hours of labor and customs. Also, it means an organization whose members belong to the same trade and that acts collectively to address common issues. The second sentence in paragraph 3 is, therefore, this minimizes the risk of the project for all involved, particularly the two trade unions, NMB and Unites, which were of the view that something had to be done to secure the long-term success of the business. The interpretation for the second sentence in paragraph 3 are, minimize risk, trade unions, unite, and long-term success. The word minimize means, if you minimize a risk, problem, or unpleasant situation, you reduce it to the lowest possible level or prevent it increasing beyond that level. And if you minimize something, you make it seem smaller or less significant than it really is. The word risk means, if there is something unpleasant, there is a possibility that it will happen, and if something that you do is a risk, it might have unpleasant or undesirable results. The trade unions means an organization that has been formed by workers in order to represent their rights and interests to their employers, for example, in order to improve working conditions. The Unite means the leading union of the United Kingdom. The long-term success means it is about making the best and most strategic decisions. That means avoiding distraction by agency and ensuring that key resources are always focused on the right priorities. The third sentence in paragraph 3 is, the organization has been careful to maintain open lines of communication throughout, with teams taken off-site for a day to explore the SPW concept prior to its launch in each area. The interpretation for the third sentence in paragraph 3 are, open lines of communication, taken off-site, explore, prior, and launch. The open lines of communication means all parties are able to express ideas to one another, such as in a conversation or debate. The taken off-site means an occasion when employees go somewhere away from the office together, especially for a meeting or for team building. The word explore means to travel in or through. The Latin root of explore is explore, meaning investigate or search out. When you explore a new place, you want to see interesting things and get to know its people. Whenever you delve into something or investigate it, you explore it. The word prior means an existing or happening before something else or before a particular time. Use the adjective prior for things that exist earlier in time or that happen first in time or order. This is a formal word that is often used in a legal language. The word launch means an event to celebrate or introduce something new, or launch something is to propel it or get it going, usually from a standing position.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Maulidatul Huda Binti Jasri. Today I will present paragraph 4 for our case study, which focuses on the significant achievement of BAE systems. This paragraph tells us about the success of SBW implementation, employees' ideas for improvement, and fundamental cultural change after implementing SBW. For the first sentence, introducing SBW has been a significant achievement for BAE systems. For the interpretation, I choose significant achievement. Significant achievement in this context means something great that has been done successfully with effort, skill, and courage. For the next sentence, according to Westcott, when the pilot was set up and they realized they had achieved target on Thursday afternoon and could go home, it was a revolutionary vision that has come to stay. For the interpretation, the words chosen are pilot was set up, achieve, target, and revolutionary vision. Pilot was set up means a test which was conducted on SBW before introducing it widely inside the organization. The purpose of this test is to check for the effectiveness of the SBW. Achieve, on the other hand, brings the meaning of successfully bring about or reach a desired objective or result by effort, skill, or courage. Next, target has a definition of something that has been selected as the aim to be done, achieved, or reached. Finally, the revolutionary vision. Revolutionary means involving or causing a complete or dramatic change, while vision means the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. Hence, the revolutionary vision is a dramatic change on what the organization will become in the future. The third sentence, and soon after, employees came up with ideas for improvement, such as rotating staff that had to stay late to finish a job, as well as suggesting process improvements and requesting new tools and training to help them stay on schedule. For interpretation, I choose rotating staff, suggesting process improvement, requesting, as well as new tools and training. Rotating staff is a working arrangement where employees work a particular shift over a set amount of time. For example, they might work the day shift for a few days and then switch to work the night shift for another few days. Suggesting is mentioning an idea, possible plan, or action to be considered by people. Meanwhile, process improvement is a proactive task of identifying, analyzing, and improving the existing process within an organization for optimization and to meet new quality standards. Requesting is politely or formally asked for something. And lastly, new tools and training, which mean different tools and training from the existing one. According to the theory obtained from Chapter 13 of Robbins 2018, nowadays many organizations are relying more on technology-based training methods because of their accessibility, cost, and ability to deliver information. Some examples are: first, video conferencing, where employees listen to or participate as information is conveyed or techniques demonstrated. Second, e-learning, which is an internet-based learning where employees participate in multimedia simulation or other interactive modules. And lastly, mobile learning, a learning delivered via mobile devices. Experts believe that organizations will increasingly rely on e-learning and mobile learning to deliver important information and to develop employees' skills. For the last sentence, while the program has so far taken several years and significant investment, there has been a fundamental cultural change attracting accountability for output, ownership of work and trust, and discretionary effort is on the rise. The words chosen for interpretation are significant investment, fundamental cultural change, attracting accountability, ownership, and discretionary effort. Significant investment means large amount of money are being invested. Fundamental cultural change is interpreted as important change of beliefs, behaviors, practice, and processes in the organization. Next, attracting accountability means pull or draw someone to be responsible for his or her action and able to give a satisfactory reason for it. Ownership, on the other hand, is an attitude of accepting responsibility for something and taking control of how it develops. Lastly, discretionary effort, which means the employee's efforts are based on their decisions whether they want to work hard and get long holidays or vice versa.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is ZAFIFAH. I will continue to present for the last paragraph, which is paragraph 5, conclusion. In this paragraph, it tells about the positive effect of the whole project to the HR human resource team. The first sentence in this paragraph 5 is, for BAE system, the project is viewed as the single best thing to have ever been done, while the interpretation in this sentence is a single best thing. A single best thing can be defined as one biggest or greatest thing that gives impact to something, and it is a regularly used expression and is an exaggeration as the person is only trying to emphasize how great that thing is. Furthermore, the second or the last sentence in this paragraph is, it has not only reshaped the role of HR in the business, but has allowed an understanding of the business that HR would not have achieved if it had focused only on the traditional HR issues. The interpretation in this sentence are reshape, role of HR, and traditional HR issues. Reshape means to form or change something again in different way of operations, or can simply say as give a new form or orientation called as reorganize. For the second word, role of HR, it is to manage the human capital of an organization and focus on implementing policies and process. Also, HR role is to maximize employee productivity and protecting the company from any issues that may arise within the workforce. The last word is traditional HR issues. Some of the traditional HR issues is less focus on basic personnel management and labor relation. Moreover, the HR team doesn't educate workers about responsibility or how things are done because they assume employees will pick up on the job or from their manager.
The question for our case study is, why do you think an organization like B would like to adopt schedule-based work or SPW pattern? So this is the theory. The external factors that affect the HRM process. First, the economy. Recent economic changes have had a profound impact on the nature of work. Unemployment and underemployment is high in most developed countries due to the latest recession felt worldwide. Economic news, whether good or bad, has an effect on employment, attitudes toward work, careers, and retirement.
From the case study, we obtained some information that related to the theory. BAE Systems naval ships has hardly changed its working arrangement at its Glasgow site on the River Clyde. Employees are expected to work fixed hours and paid overtime for extra hours worked. When faced with real affordability challenges, BAE Systems did something fundamentally different that tapped into knowledge, expertise, and discretionary effort of the workforce. In the end, what mattered was output, not attendance, with the staff being empowered and trusted to determine their own working schedule and take time off if their work is completed for the week.
This system naval ships has hardly changed its working arrangement at its Glasgow site on the River Clyde. Employees are expected to work fixed hours and paid overtime for extra hours work. However, external factors such as the economic conditions has affected the human resource management process of the BAE systems. The economic news, whether good or bad, has an effect on employment, attitude toward work, careers, and retirement.
In this case, BAE Systems did something fundamentally different that tapped into knowledge, expertise, and discretionary effort of the workforce by adopting schedule-based working (SPW) when faced with real affordability challenges. After all, what mattered was the output, not the hours worked. Paying overtime to the employees for their extra hours work did not actually represent extra work, since the employees only work overtime to finish up their originally assigned tasks. They might work overtime because of their attitude that they like to procrastinate.
Hence, organizations like BAE System would want to adopt schedule-based working (SBW) pattern because it provides a better working culture and business productivity as compared to the traditional working culture. For example, 5 days working in a week. Besides that, the payment made to the employees is based on the output of their work, not based on their working hours, which could save the organization's money. That's all from us. Thank you very much for your attention.